I'm Miles West. I'm ready to teach you guys all about law of sines and kind of wrap up this end of the semester. So, what is the law of sines? It's a fundamental trig identity used to find the length of a side or an angle when you don't know, when you have some information and are not given the rest. And this is particularly useful for non-90 degree angles. And so, the relationship goes, you have your A angle, B angle, C angle, and then the side is the opposite. A is opposite from side A, and C and B. And so you have side A over sine of its angle equals B in sine of its angle. And so how that can work, I have two examples of how that can work. Kind of some common mistakes that can happen here is people will mix up the sides and the angles. And so make sure that you don't make that mistake. Step one for this kind of more basic problem is we need to find our angle C. And each triangle adds up to 180 degrees, so we can minus the other angles from it. So we can minus 30 and 45, and we get 105. Okay, and then we just kind of do some math here. We plug and check, and we just go. We have our relationships, we have our information, and we can use that to find angle or the length of A. So sine A or sine and angle A is 30 equals, and we know the length of C, 15 above the angle of C, sine 105 degrees. And we can rewrite that as A equals 15 sine 30 over sine 105. And what you'll come out to as you plug that into your calculator is A equals 7.76. Okay, next up, we have more of a real-world application. This would be a little bit harder if you're given the information. Interpreting the data is usually the hard part. And so in this example, I have it ready for you. You have a surveyor, and he's trying to find the length of the river, the width of the river, I mean. And so what he does is he chooses a landmark, and he walks 100 meters down. And as he chooses that, he knows the angle, and for all intents and purposes, this angle is 45 degrees and this angle is 60 degrees. And so if you minus those from 180, you get 75. So this is 75 degrees. Okay, how that would work? You have your side. You know AC is 100. Or in other words, this is B. And you're trying to find AB, which is the length of C. So you have B over its right here, that's 75, equals, which is B is 100, which we know. That's some given data that we know. Okay, and we're looking for C. So C and its angle is sine 60. And so you rearrange this a little bit and you get 100 sine 60 over sine 75 degrees equals C. Okay, I'm going to plug this in my calculator. Another common mistake is people don't have their calculator in the right mode, so make sure you're in degrees. I just did that. So I have 100 sine 60 divided by sine 75. And the length of C is 89.66 meters. And so that's how wide the river is, and this surveyor did not have to walk across it. So that's the cool thing that you can do with law of sines. Make sure that you don't overcomplicate it when the possibility of using the Pythagorean formula or the law of cosines could be easier. Those are some other mistakes that people could make. But I hope you enjoy, and I hope you understand how this could be really applicable to your own life. And hopefully this makes sense to you.